Let's attack every defense in the game with the brand new giant skeleton to see which ones it can and cannot take out. Here it is though, will the giant skeleton takes out the Archer Queen in one shot. What is going on guys, Judo Sloth here, and in today's Clash of Clans video we're going to take the giant skeleton, the brand new troop for the Halloween update, and verse it off against every single defense in the game so that you know how strong this new troop is. He's pretty good guys, you will be able to get your hands on him in just a couple of days. This is the developer build though, and how we're able to show you this brand new gameplay. If you do want to see more of the giant skeleton and the pumpkin barbarian, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you do enjoy this one guys. Let me know as well which defense you think the giant skeleton will have the most difficulty with. I'm certainly going to say the Inferno Tower, but let's find out guys. Let's dive into each and every one of them defenses. Starting out with the cannon then guys, and then we'll move to the double cannon to see just what difference this does. Now all of these defenses are maxed for Town Hall 11, and again the giant skeleton will purely work off your Town Hall level, so you can see the damage that it's doing is quite minimal to be honest, but its specialty is where the giant skeleton actually gets defeated. So you'll see in a second the cannon doing a fantastic job here taking it down where the giant skeleton's specialty lies. So any of you guys that played Clash Royale, boom, there you will see it takes out that cannon. So how about the double cannon then? And how about the defenses that have a little bit of a stronger HP? Will the giant skeleton be able to take them ones out? We'll have to find out. The double cannon here getting to work, really taking down that giant skeleton just that little bit quicker. Obviously this is just a sample guys, it's not an actual raid, it's not realistic in terms of there's no walls in the way, there's no other defenses or other troops distracting for the giant skeleton, but certainly it gives you a good idea, and the double cannon falls victim as well. Let's move on to the Archer Tower then, before we move to the short range Archer Tower, which will still take the same amount of damage from the giant skeleton with that massive blow at the end, but it should be able to take it out a little bit quicker. So you can see the Archer Tower here really getting to work. Now these defenses that we're showing initially, the cannon and the Archer Tower, maybe the Wizard Tower and things as well, have lower HP. Now it's really when we get onto the heavier hitter defenses, the Expo and the Inferno Tower, where we'll see if the giant skeleton can take one of them out or not. Now you can see the giant skeleton is able to take out the Archer Tower but goes down at the same time. What are the odds on that guys? That was just crazy that they both went down at the same time. So the short range Archer Tower should get more hits in once the giant skeleton gets within its range. And again guys, this is just kind of a mock-up. It just shows you simply the giant skeleton versus a single defense. It's not like an actual raid, but check out how much quicker that Archer Tower is able to take down the giant skeleton, but it still falls victim to that deadly blow at the end, which was absolutely just massive amounts of damage. Wizard Tower then shouldn't be too bad for the giant skeleton if it's able to take out an Archer Tower, the long range Archer Tower anyway. I'd be pretty confident that it would take out this Wizard Tower before it managed to take out the giant skeleton, purely because it's just a splash defense in itself. But let's just find out. The Wizard Tower obviously with a little bit higher HP, but the giant skeleton going to get that extra damage in initially. So let me know your thoughts guys. What are you going to use the giant skeleton for down in the comment section? It's a defense targeting troop, and as you've seen, if you can lock it onto a defense, it does massive amounts of damage. You may have seen my video where I got them right into the center and took out the town hall with them. It was pretty epic. This one being a closer battle than one would have initially thought, but the giant skeleton certainly coming out on top. So we did say we would show you each and every defense versus the giant skeleton. That means we cannot skip over the mortar, although I'm sure you know in this kind of simple mock-up exactly what's going to happen. The mortar can't even shoot at the giant skeleton now, so it's going to take it down, as you can see, relatively quickly, but I'm certainly looking forward to seeing how it fares against them Inferno Towers, which is, in a realistic attack, the main defenses you need to get down. I barely think it's worth it against these defenses. The air sweeper's even pointing the wrong way, so let's blast 5 giant skeletons in against the air sweeper and the air defense, because we know that they're not going to do anything to this ground-based troop, so they're going to go to work. Now guys, when clumped together, they do a large amount of damage, but they do cost quite a bit of housing space, so it's not really the strategy you'd want to use. But again, with my video where I got them to the town hall, it is all good fun. Giant skeleton versus nothing, you say? Well, I think you know what it's going to be, but let's use the pumpkin barbarian in order to pop that Tesla. It gives us a chance to show you how the pumpkin barbarian works, and you can see that it requires the defense to pop off the pumpkin first, so although it doesn't do a great amount of damage, it can actually work on your favor massively, because the defense, irrespective of how much HP that the pumpkin actually gives the barbarian, it has to have that extra shot. You can see versus the Tesla, the giant skeleton putting up a decent fight and going to take it down initially before it even gets to do that massive amount of damage. Will any defense actually defeat the giant skeleton? Let's find out. Now, I am looking forward to the Expo. This is one of the defenses which might stand a good chance against the giant skeleton. We're only going to test it here in ground mode. I'm not going to test it ground and air because it's really not going to make a difference. But the Inferno Towers, we will indeed have that both single and multi. So you can see the Expo doing a lot of damage to the giant skeleton right off the bat, and it hasn't taken too much damage. So will this be the defense which actually beats the giant skeleton? Well, we're going to find out in a second, guys. The Expo not even down to half health, so let's see exactly how powerful this bomb is. And it does indeed take out the Expo. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there, but will any defense be able to take out this giant skeleton? Again, this is just a 1v1 situation, so this is not realistic of an actual attack. Alright, so we have the bomb tower, the Inferno Towers, the Eagle Artillery as well, although we know what's going to happen, and then we have the King, Queen, and Grand Warden to finish off. So the bomb tower here, obviously again it's a splash damage defense, so you wouldn't expect this to do as much damage as some of the other defenses which are purely meant to be kind of that one single targeting defense. So the bomb tower obviously does the splash radius, but against one giant skeleton it's not going to have that much difference on this one, and it's going to be taken down before the giant skeleton even has a chance to do that massive blow. Here we are then, guys, the defense we've been waiting for, the Inferno Tower versus the Giant Skeleton. So we're putting this on multi first. The Giant Skeleton will be able to do extra damage against the multi-targeting Inferno Tower. But let's just see, the defense does have a lot of HP, so let's see just whether the giant skeleton can take it out. Now, I've put it on multi first because that's the best shot the giant skeleton has. Obviously, against the single, it's not going to have done as much damage on the Inferno Tower. It's actually whether the effect that it has when he gets taken down will take out the Inferno Tower or not. So actually, the Inferno Tower doing a better job here than I thought it might. It is definitely going to take out the giant skeleton, I would think, but obviously it doesn't have much health left within multi. It will go down to the giant skeleton, but will the single be able to do it, guys? This is actually neck and neck. I'm not too sure. Maybe it'll be the same as the Archer Tower and they'll both go down at the same time. It didn't. Giant skeleton took it, but let's see if the single can get revenge. Alright, guys, I feel we've been building up to this moment. Will the giant skeleton be able to take down the single targeting Inferno? This is the main defense that I think might have a chance of taking the giant skeleton out. It needs to get close enough first, guys. I think it's just within range, and it doesn't take out the Inferno Tower, but check out the damage that it did indeed deal. Nearly took it out, but the single target Inferno was able to survive through that giant skeleton. Let's see how the King, Queen, and Grand Warden fare against this brand new troop. Alright then, guys, here we are, Giant Skeleton versus King. We have Valkyries in the background doing work, but let's just see if the Giant Skeleton versus the King will actually work. Will the Giant Skeleton, when it's taken out, take out that King before the Valkyries rush across and help him out? Here they come, but we get to see it. Only about half health from the King, but let's check out the Archer Queen. Here we are then, guys. I know it's a bit hectic, but the Giant Skeleton is a defense targeting troop only, so we have the Valkyries doing work against these max Town Hall 11 defenses. Here it is though. Will the Giant Skeleton takes out the Archer Queen in one shot? Archer Queen versus Giant Skeleton has no chance, guys. This will be the final attack of the video then, Giant Skeleton versus Grand Warden. I hope you have enjoyed this one, guys. Again, it's just a little bit of fun showing you exactly how the Giant Skeleton works against every defense. Again, this is not realistic of an actual base, but it gives you a general idea as to the Grand Warden, the Giant Skeleton's strength, and which defenses it can and cannot take out. So only the single targeting Inferno and the Barbarian King that were able to take out the Giant Skeleton and not be defeated. If you enjoyed it, guys, make sure to leave a like on the video. I've been your host, Tudor Sloth, and until next time, peace out, guys.